1 week since the bodies of Gene Hackman, his wife Betsy Arakawa, and one of their dogs were found deceased in their 9,000 square foot Santa Fe home.
2 weeks ago, the whole world was stunned by Gene Hackman's death. And considering his age, everyone thought he died of natural causes. But wait, his wife Betsy died alongside Gene. The couple were actually found unconscious in their house in New Mexico. Mysteries continue to swirl on the actual passing of the two. Is it a couple's tragic end or a double homicide? Hackman's daughter finally breaks silence on the suspicious death of her father and Betsy. The couple's bodies were discovered during a wellness check initiated by a maintenance worker who had grown concerned after not hearing from them for an extended period. Hackman's body was located in the mudroom, while Arakawa was found in a bathroom with prescription medications nearby. One of their dogs was also found dead, possibly due to lack of food and water, while 2 other dogs were found alive on the property. Initial investigations reveal no signs of forced entry or external trauma, and foul play is not suspected. Authorities also ruled out gas leaks and carbon monoxide poisoning as causes of death. Data from Hackman's pacemaker indicated that his heart had stopped on February 17th, suggesting the couple had been deceased for several days before being discovered. But that's just the initial investigation. When authorities found out several factors that could have contributed to the couple's death, natural cause was set aside and deeper analysis were being conducted. Before we find out Hackman's daughter's statement, let's have a deep dive on the theories that police and media said make huge sense. Gas and carbon theory. Investigators looking into the deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, have definitively ruled out a gas leak as a possible cause. Prior, the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office provided an update based on an in-depth investigation by the New Mexico Gas Company, which inspected Hackman's home on the evening of February 26 for potential gas leaks and carbon monoxide. The inspection revealed no significant issues. NMGC did issue 5 red tags. One was for a minor leak, 0.33% gas and air, not a dangerous level, detected at a stove burner, the report stated. The remaining 4 citations were for code violations not related to gas leaks or carbon monoxide, concerning a water heater and gas log lighters in 3 fireplaces. The sheriff's office clarified that these findings are not considered contributing factors in the deaths of Hackman, Arakawa, or their dog. However, the results were forwarded to the Office of the Medical Investigator for further review. Last week, during a press conference, the Sheriff's Department confirmed that carbon monoxide poisoning had been ruled out as toxicology tests came back negative. Hackman and Arakawa were discovered deceased in their Santa Fe, New Mexico home on February 26th by neighborhood security personnel. According to law enforcement, Hackman's pacemaker recorded its last activity on February 17th, 2025, leading officials to believe this was likely the day he passed away, over a week before their bodies were found. As tributes poured in for the Academy Award-winning actor, unsettling details surfaced regarding the couple's passing. A search warrant affidavit indicated that Hackman was found in a mudroom near his cane, suggesting he may have fallen, while Arakawa was discovered in an open bathroom near a space heater. Authorities also noted the presence of an open prescription bottle and scattered pills on the counter. A deputy at the scene observed signs of decomposition, including bloating in Arakawa's face and mummification of her hands and feet. Now, speaking of pills and prescriptions all over the counter, could it be self-inflicted harm for Betsy? Or possibly for both of them? The side of tragedy? Let's get into details. Gene, 95, was discovered in the home's mudroom, dressed in sweatpants, a long-sleeve t-shirt, and slippers. Nearby were a pair of sunglasses and a cane. Betsy, 65, whose maiden name was Arakawa, was found dead in the bathroom, where prescription pills were scattered on the counter. Authorities believe both had been dead for several days and have launched an investigation into the couple's deaths. The pair had been married since 1991. James Gill, Chief Medical Examiner with the Connecticut Office of the Chief Medical Examiner, is not officially involved in the case, but offered insight into the tragedy. He suggested a companion tragedy, where couples end their lives together. Seemed unlikely due to the separate locations of the bodies. I've seen cases like that. Usually they're together in bed, Jill said. The fact that they're in two separate locations tells me that's less likely. Gill speculated Gene may have collapsed, noting his history of heart disease and the presence of a pacemaker. That would not be unusual, he added. The sheriff confirmed Gene's pacemaker was last active on February, 9 days before the couple was found. Modern pacemakers and defibrillators, which often feature Wi-Fi or Bluetooth capabilities, could help pinpoint Gene's time of death. However, authorities are still working to determine when Betsy died in relation to her husband. She was just 65. Betsy is way younger than Gene. Thus, the story of their death continues to leave the authorities and the public confused. What about their dog? Authorities misidentified a deceased dog while investigating the deaths of Hackman and his wife, Arakawa, according to pet care specialist Joey Padilla. The couple's German Shepherd, Bear, and another dog, Nikita, survived, but their Kelpie mix, Zinna, passed away. Padilla, owner of Santa Fe Tales Pet Care, described Zinna as deeply bonded with Arakawa and a transformed companion under her care. Authorities initially reported finding a deceased German Shepherd, later admitting the misidentification. No necropsy was performed on Zinna, who was found in a kennel near Arakawa. As to the relation of their pet's death too, authorities believe they just eventually died too due to starvation and zero attention from their owners who have died earlier. Up to this day, the real story is still undetermined. Investigations are still underway, and no one knows what actually happened to Gene and Betsy. 2 cell phones were collected as evidence from Hackman and Arakawa's home, and investigators were working to get access to them. We'll be analyzing cell phone data, phone calls, text messages, events, photos in the cell phone, to try to piece a timeline together, police said. There's also no known surveillance video inside or outside the home that makes it more difficult for the investigators. Daughters to their dad. Just a few days after her father's passing, one of his daughters emotionally expressed her sentiments to the shocking news. I think I'm very anxious to find out what happened, and I just don't know how long they'd been deceased. Later on, Hackman's daughter Elizabeth and Leslie and granddaughter Annie shared their statement to the media. It is with great sadness that we announce the passing of our father, Gene Hackman, and his wife Betsy. He was loved and admired by millions around the world for his brilliant acting career, but to us he was always just Dad and Grandpa. We will miss him sorely and are devastated by the loss. For once during the investigation, the daughters shared their speculation and belief that a gas leak caused the couple's passing. They can't know for sure, but Elizabeth and her siblings suspect that carbon monoxide is the reason for their deaths. Just last week, Elizabeth also confirmed that law enforcement found no evidence suggesting foul play so far. Hollywood remembers the recent passing of Gene Hackman, alongside his wife Betsy Arakawa, has left a profound void in Hollywood. At 95, Hackman's illustrious career spanned decades, leaving an indelible mark on cinema. His peers have come forward, sharing heartfelt tributes that shed light on his immense talent and the personal connections they cherished with him. Clint Eastwood, who directed and acted alongside Hackman in Unforgiven, remarked, "There was no finer actor than Gene, intense and instinctive, never a false note. He was also a dear friend who I will miss very much." Francis Ford Coppola, who directed Hackman in The Conversation, reflected on Hackman's depth as an artist, stating, "Gene Hackman was a great actor, inspiring and magnificent in his work and complexity. I mourn his loss and celebrate his existence and contribution." Morgan Freeman, who shared the screen with Hackman in both Unforgiven and Under Suspicion, expressed his admiration. One of the personal highlights of my career was bringing the French film Gardaí A View, Under Suspicion, to life with the incredibly gifted Gene Hackman. And of course, Unforgiven. Rest in peace, my friend. Nathan Lane, who worked with Hackman on The Birdcage, reminisced about their collaboration, highlighting Hackman's exceptional talent and the joy he brought to the set. The Academy Awards also paid homage to Hackman's legacy. During the ceremony, Morgan Freeman honored Hackman as a generous performer who elevated everyone's work. Gene Hackman's legacy is etched in the annals of film history. His ability to embody a diverse range of characters made him a beloved figure both on and off the screen. As Hollywood mourns his loss, the stories and memories shared by his peers serve as a testament to his enduring impact on cinema and the lives he touched along the way. Not everyone knows about this, especially the new generations unaware of the greatness of Hackman, especially during his prime. Let's take a brief story of his life and a vibrant career he had in his younger years. An underrated actor. If you heard Morgan Freeman and Clint Eastwood praise an actor and a person they have worked with and known for years, believe them. Gene Hackman is widely regarded as one of the greatest actors in American cinema, known for his versatility, depth, and commanding screen presence. With a career spanning over 5 decades, Hackman delivered a remarkable array of performances that solidified his status as a Hollywood legend. From his early struggles to his rise to stardom and eventual retirement, his journey is a testament to talent, perseverance, and dedication to the craft of acting. Eugene Allen Hackman was born in 1930 in San Bernardino, California. He was raised in Danville, Illinois, by his parents, Anna Lyda, Elizabeth, and Eugene Ezra Hackman. His early years were marked by instability, particularly after his father abandoned the family when Hackman was a teenager. This difficult period shaped his resilience and determination. At the age of 16, Hackman left home and enlisted in the United States Marine Corps, where he served as a field radio operator. His time in the military exposed him to discipline and structure, but it also ignited his desire to explore the arts. After completing his service, he briefly studied journalism and television production at the University of Illinois, but soon realized his passion lay in acting. Hackman's journey into acting was far from easy. In the 50s, he moved to New York City to train at the Pasadena Playhouse, where he befriended fellow struggling actors Dustin Hoffman and Robert Duvall. However, his early years were marked by rejection, and he was even voted least likely to succeed by his peers. Undeterred, Hackman worked various odd jobs to support himself while honing his craft. His breakthrough came in the 60s with small television roles before landing a supporting role in Bonnie and Clyde, 1967, in which he played Buck Barrow. His performance earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor, marking the beginning of his ascent in Hollywood. Greatest roles of all time. Gene is renowned for his ability to bring depth and authenticity to a wide range of characters. Over his 5-decade career, Hackman has portrayed roles that span from hardened law enforcers to deeply flawed anti-heroes, each marked by his unique ability to balance intensity and vulnerability. Popeye Doyle, The French Connection. Hackman's portrayal of Jimmy Popeye Doyle, a relentless New York City narcotics detective, remains one of his most defining roles. Doyle is a tough, obsessive cop willing to bend the rules in his pursuit of justice. Hackman masterfully conveys his character's determination and moral ambiguity, creating a lawman who is both admirable and troubling. The role earned Hackman his first Academy Award for Best Actor, solidifying his status as a leading man in Hollywood. Harry Caul, The Conversation. In stark contrast to Popeye Doyle, Hackman's performance as Harry Caul in The Conversation reveals a deeply introverted and paranoid surveillance expert. Unlike the aggressive Doyle, Caul is withdrawn, haunted by guilt and consumed by his work. Hackman's restrained performance effectively captures the character's isolation and inner turmoil, making Arakawa one of the most compelling figures in psychological thrillers. Lex Luthor, Superman, 1978, and Superman 2, 1980. Hackman brought charisma and wit to the role of Lex Luthor, Superman's arch-nemesis. While many cinematic villains are depicted as dark and menacing, Hackman's Luthor is a charming, egotistical mastermind with a flair for humor. His portrayal added a unique dimension to the character, making him both entertaining and formidable. His performance helped establish Luthor as one of the most memorable villains in comic book film adaptations. Little Bill Daggett, Unforgiven. In Clint Eastwood's revisionist western Unforgiven, Hackman plays Little Bill Daggett, a brutal yet ostensibly well-intentioned sheriff. Unlike traditional western lawmen, Daggett is a complex antagonist who uses violence to maintain order. Hackman's performance won him an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, as he skillfully balanced the character's authority with his ruthless tendencies, making Little Bill a standout in the Western genre. Coach Norman Dale, Hoosiers. As Coach Norman Dale in Hoosiers, Hackman delivers a powerful performance as a disgraced former college coach seeking redemption by leading a small-town high school basketball team. Unlike some of his more morally ambiguous roles, Dale is a character of perseverance and inspiration. Hackman brings a tough yet passionate presence to the role, capturing the essence of an underdog story that has resonated with audiences for decades. Royal Tenenbaum. In Wes Anderson's The Royal Tenenbaums, Hackman plays Royal Tenenbaum, a selfish, estranged father who attempts to reconnect with his dysfunctional family. This role showcased Hackman's comedic timing and ability to play an unlikable yet strangely endearing character. His performance was widely praised, demonstrating his ability to adapt to different genres, including indie and dark comedy. Gene Hackman's career is defined by his remarkable ability to fully inhabit diverse roles, whether as a relentless detective, a paranoid loner, a villainous mastermind, a ruthless sheriff, a determined coach, or a flawed patriarch. His performances transcend simple archetypes, instead presenting characters rich with complexity and nuance. In the early 2000s, Hackman gradually stepped away from acting, with his final film role being in Welcome to Mooseport, 2004. In interviews, he expressed his contentment with retirement, stating that he had no regrets about leaving Hollywood behind. Instead, he focused on his passion for writing, co-authoring several historical and adventure novels. Though he has chosen to live away from the limelight, Gene Hackman's contributions to film continue to be celebrated, solidifying his place as one of the finest actors of his generation. It would be a crime if the world only celebrated Gene and not his wife, who is Betsy, in memory of Betsy. Betsy Arakawa is a remarkable woman, known for her role as the devoted wife of actor Gene Hackman. Despite being married to a Hollywood legend, she has led a relatively private and low-profile life, focusing on her own interests and career. Her journey from her early life to her marriage with Hackman showcases her resilience, independence, and dedication to her personal passions. Betsy Arakawa was born in the United States and has Japanese heritage. Not much is publicly known about her early life, including her upbringing and education, as she has maintained a sense of privacy throughout her life. However, her career path and personal interests suggest that she was a hard-working and determined individual who pursued various endeavors before gaining public attention due to her marriage to Gene Hackman. Before her marriage to Hackman, Betsy Arakawa worked as a classical pianist, demonstrating her artistic talents and passion for music. This dedication to the arts highlights her creative abilities and the discipline required to master such a complex instrument. In addition to her musical career, she also co-owned an upscale home furnishing store in Santa Fe, New Mexico, where she and Hackman have lived for many years. Her involvement in the business world further reflects her entrepreneurial spirit and keen sense of aesthetics. Betsy Arakawa met Gene Hackman in the 80s while he was still married to his first wife, Faye Maltese. Their relationship grew over time, and after Hackman's divorce, the two married in 1991. Despite Hackman's status as a two-time Academy Award-winning actor, Betsy has remained a steadfast and supportive partner, standing by his side throughout his career and into his retirement from Hollywood. Their marriage was a testament to mutual respect, love, and companionship. While many Hollywood relationships are often in the public eye, Arakawa and Hackman have maintained a private and strong bond, choosing a quieter life away from the spotlight. Their long-lasting marriage is often seen as an example of a successful relationship in the entertainment industry. Betsy Arakawa and Gene Hackman settled in Santa Fe, New Mexico, where they have enjoyed a peaceful life away from the chaos of Hollywood. They have been known to contribute to various charitable causes, showing their commitment to giving back to the community. Although she keeps a low profile, Arakawa's contributions to both the arts and philanthropy illustrate her generous spirit and dedication to making a positive impact. While Betsy Arakawa may not be a household name, her influence and presence in Gene Hackman's life have been significant. She represents a figure of quiet strength, independence, and unwavering support. Her ability to maintain her own identity while being married to one of Hollywood's most revered actors speaks to her character and grace. Betsy Arakawa's life is a story of resilience, creativity, and dedication. Whether through her music, business ventures, or role as a supportive partner, she has carved out a meaningful life that extends beyond the Hollywood limelight. Her legacy is one of quiet strength and devotion, making her a fascinating figure in her own right. She definitely deserves tribute, too. Why did you think Gene and Betsy died? Share your thoughts below. Subscribe to the channel for more.